I'm going to show you a match fought between Neeb and Showtime on semifinals best of 5 during 2018 WCS Leipzig on a map called Neon Violet Square. 2018 WCS Leipzig was one of the first 4 events of the 2018 WCS circuit, which represents the world in Starcraft World Championship Finals. Here are the maps that are being played. This is the prize pool. As you can see, a hell of a lot of money is being given to the winners of the first 4 places. Here you can take a look at notable participants. At any point in time you can stop the video and analyze. Here's the group stage 3. There are a few group stages where players had to fight each other continuously to move on to the bracket. I'm showing you this match right here, Neeb versus Showtime on Neon Violet Square. Here you can take a look at distribution, region, country, race, map statistics. You can take a look at the maps, in which race has dominated. Furthermore, 2018 WCS Leipzig is a very important tournament in 2018 Starcraft 2 World Championship Series. Here you can take a look at the table shown below, and you can find out all the events that are incorporated into 2018 Starcraft 2 World Championship Series. Furthermore, you can find 2 additional WCS global events right here. Currently, the first one has finished, 2018 WCS Leipzig. You can watch the castings on AndYouLeftTheGame YouTube channel. You can find this YouTube channel by typing AndYouLeftTheGame in YouTube search bar. You'll find one out of the 2 YouTube channels. One is with the blank spaces, another one is without. If you end up with a search result that is without blank spaces, click on it and it will take you straight to the channel. Go to playlist or choose any popular upload created playlists on the view and recent activities. Otherwise, if you end up seeing a search result that shows you AndYouLeftTheGame with blank spaces, click on it, go to feature channels and click on AndYouLeftTheGame. This will take you to the channel in just a second and you'll be able to choose the video you want to see. Here is a visual representation of 2018 Starcraft World Championship Series. As you can see, the total pricing of all those events is over $2 million. 8 players from Korea and 8 players from circuit will make up the champion of champions. 3 GSL leagues, 2 super tournaments, 4 circuits, 4 challengers, 1 global IEM Katowice with a massive $250,000 payout, GSL versus the World All-Star event. Now that we know about the tournament, let's move on to the players. The first player is Neeb. He is from United States. He has made over $290,000 playing Starcraft 2. And here you can take a look at his history, his his matches. You can stop the video, read about this, learn about his trivia's achievements. Here's the breakdown of his achievements in Premier tournaments, major tournaments, minor tournaments, Premier Team Leagues, championships. You can read his interviews and take a look at his pictures. His opponent is another Protoss player. He goes by the nickname of Showtime. He's from Germany and made over $180,000 playing Starcraft 2. He was consistently playing Starcraft 2 in a professional stage from 2012, and he has many grand achievements right here. He won many tournaments with money prizes, making him a truly competitive player to compete against. Here you can look at the gallery of his pictures and familiarize with the way he looks. Now that we know the players and the tournament they're playing it, let's move on to the game itself. Here we're going to look at the Neon Violet Square map, and we'll be seeing the game from Neeb's perspective. As always, these players will start by hotkeying their locations, a very important feature in the game which will allow players to move very quickly around the map with a single push of a button, and that will make gameplay a lot more competitive, because then they don't have to click on the minimap and will save a lot of time and brain power that can be used to further evolve strategy, build other things, control army, and harass opponent. The previous matches, Protoss versus Protoss, Neeb versus Showtime, didn't took long. They played out very effectively in early game, and it didn't even went into a massive mid game. The fleets were not created, so we haven't seen a super Protoss fleet versus another super Protoss fleet game. And now we'll find out the compositions that they used. The first few matches, players used Immortal, Sentry, Stalker, only Stalker, and Adept Stalker compositions. Players built Proxy, Stargates, Proxy, Warp Gates, and now we'll find out what else do they have on their mind. So Neeb's first choices are 2 Warp Gates queued up on number 4, a Cybernetics core that will allow build better units, will make gateways into Warp Gates, and allow other buildings to be built. As you can see here, we see that Showtime is building a pylon close to the second Nexus location that will stop Neeb just for a minute or so from building himself a second Nexus a little bit quicker, at the same time giving Showtime the advantage, drawing away Neeb from his initial starting strategy and confusing things around a little bit. So these are the tricks and bits that are being used by professional players to hinder others. As you can see, the warp gates here are being rally pointed to that stalker, so that the stalker would be consistently reinforced with troops. A second Nexus comes in, and we already have 3 stalkers with 1 sentry. Sentries are used to control the field, create illusion units. Here we see from Neeb a Stargate play, and Showtime starting with aggression. He's going to send these adepts and will try to harass the lines. However, little does he know that there's a Phoenix in Neeb's base, and that Phoenix will lift the adept, making sure that the pair is not fighting together and will deal with them one at a time. This was a really good play from Neeb. It looks like this early aggression didn't work out that well for Showtime this time. In any case, it looks like we'll see harassment efforts very soon. Phoenixes can lift up troops, and in this early stage of the game, where all Protoss units are very expensive, if 3 stalkers are being lifted out of 6, then we already can say that Neeb will have an advantage here. Now, as you can see in the unit panel here, both players are playing absolutely the same style. It's just that Showtime has invested a little bit more in probes and Neeb just a little bit less, making Neeb a little bit stronger. However, Showtime may as well outproduce Neeb if he is not going to commit on some kind of an aggression. Here we saw a probe which was probably sent to either scout or build a proxy pylon with the gateway or Stargate, or just a pylon for a quick warping. Now we see that Neeb has built himself an additional pylon on the map right here. This will allow him to spot that area a little bit better against potential Phoenix play. Look at those Phoenixes going around the map. They're flying everywhere on the patrol mode. It looks like he is really scouting areas around him. Neeb is very careful. Obviously, if Showtime comes in with his 6 Phoenixes, he's going to easily take out one, but that's not the case here. Neeb, on the other hand, caught one of Showtime's Phoenixes. Surprisingly enough, Neeb decides to build himself a 3rd base in a location where minerals are not nearly as plenty as they're normally you would expect to see. However, that 3rd nexus is just not going down just yet. Here it is. So it just got queued up on number 5, Stargates on number 6, Warp Gates on number 4, and Phoenixes on number 5. However, Phoenixes on number 9. However, that key is really far away in the keyboard. But it seems that that's no problem for the American Protoss player. Now we see here that there's 9 Phoenixes here in total, and they are going to meet massive opposition, and it looks like Neeb has lost this engagement. His entire Phoenix play did not work out that well. It's really bad. As you can see, his Phoenix count dropped just a little bit too much. His probe count is behind, and he's losing this game for now. However, more probes are on the way, and you can take a look that Showtime is attacking Neeb's pylons out there. He has 4 pylons spread out around the map to take a closer look. Furthermore, he builds himself a 4th base. Those pylons provide him necessary detection. None of the players are committing to a ground assault. Neeb is just fully focused on those Phoenixes here. 4 Stargates in total, 3 continuously producing Phoenixes. It looks like Neeb is going for a sort of a Phoenix cheese here, where simply only 3 stalkers and way too many Phoenixes are being built. 1 sentry. As you can see in the unit panel. Unsurprisingly enough, maybe Showtime is going for the exact strategy. So maybe both players know that this same strategy is in place. They will probably later try to transition into Void Ray carrier play. 4 bases is a lot. 67 workers for Neeb, 69 harvesters for Showtime. They play very similar game. They have nearly identical armies. It's just that Showtime is very successfully outproducing Neeb in this case. But this is a very interesting approach. Both of these players choose the same strategies, and finally they have moved into a battle. As you can see, all those phoenixes clumped up on top of each other, and this is the final of no ground units in Neeb's base are supporting this Showtime's assault. So certainly things are not going that well for Neeb. Any impulse crystals finished, but otherwise, surprisingly enough, no more upgrades have been done here. And Showtime is still on the offensive. However, now ground units are incoming, but too many phoenixes from Showtime's side are showing up here, and if he wins air, he's going to just simply lift those stalkers and kill them off. It looks like Neeb has lost the air battle, and without air superiority, his stalkers would go down with ease. For this reason, Neeb decided to GG out of the game while having 4 bases running and 5th base right here ready. They probably managed to play so many games together that they already knew the outcome through the experience of playing each other and watching other replays, and it looks like Neeb decided that there's no hope in playing this any further. This means that Showtime has successfully equaled the score with 2-2.